So this guy just dropped a meme nuke on Fox News. It's actually kind of insane. Memes have become reality. Check this out.
And he can't wait. So thank you and thank Nero for your service. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. If I could I throw a PSA out real quick?
Real quick.
Just the remarkable nature of these dogs and them being highlighted in the news creates a huge demand by people that frankly shouldn't have them. If you see the coverage and you decide I want one of these dogs, either buy a finished trained, fully trained and finished dog from a professional, or just don't get one at all. And Epstein didn't kill himself.
Okay, thank you for that commentary. All right, Mike. Maybe more on that later.
Oh, shit!
And he can't wait. So thank you.
Hail Mary. See, something really important is happening. And this is why right now is such a special time in history. We've reached a point where the internet has hit saturation and people can communicate with millions of other people around the world. This means that memes, ideas, they can spread at an accelerated rate, saturating the market, going everywhere. And now memes are becoming reality. Some might even say memes are reality. Think about this, my friends. A man on Fox News, on television. Boomers watch this. Normies watch this. Regular people watch Fox News. And this man just dropped a high-level nuke, a meme nuke. This man has just red-pilled a bunch of normies. They're going to wonder, wait, Epstein didn't kill himself? Everyone knows this. But it's not... The meme going around was very simple. Epstein, he was murdered in a cell. Everybody knows it. His death was ruled that he ended his own life. However, no one believed it. Even on the right, Republicans and conservatives, they didn't believe it. Even on the left, Democrats and liberals, they didn't believe it. No one truly believed that he ended his own life. No one believes the official story. So here's a really good example of this meme. The four ghosts in Pac-Man are all programmed to act differently. Red chases you. Pink tries to position itself in a set way. Blue tries to ambush you. Orange is random. And Epstein didn't end his own life. So that's the meme. That is the meme. And the whole point of this meme is to hit the viewer with random information, make it seem like you're talking about statistics or whatever, and then hit them with the red pill. This is the meme. So if we go to Know Your Meme, we can learn a little bit about where this meme came from. Epstein Didn't Off Himself is an image macro series in which various facts are listed and abruptly followed by variations of the phrase, Epstein didn't kill himself. Reference to the conspiracy theories regarding the death of Jeffrey Epstein. Now, people call it conspiracy, but honestly, too many coincidences lined up for him to die in that cell. In fact, I covered a story earlier about a pathologist who said Epstein's injuries look like strangulation, not that he ended his own life. It looks like he was choked. In 50 years, he said, he'd never seen all these coincidences, and he'd never seen anyone have injuries like that. So, origin. On October 2nd, 2019, iFunny user, Mr.Nate77, posted a parody of Some Say Charmander's Best, using PlayStation and Xbox, with the final panel reading, but deep down, we all know, Epstein didn't kill himself. Some say Xbox is the best, some say PlayStation is the best. So that's brilliant. That's the beginning of the meme. And from there on it spread. It became a popular bait-and-switch punchline in image macros, and otherwise had nothing to do with Epstein's conspiracy. Okay, they keep calling it a conspiracy. I really don't think it is. It is a working theory. So that's where the meme comes from. And this guy just said it on national television. Now, it's one thing for people online, people who know how to use the internet, to be spreading these memes, to understand what they mean, to understand that most people do not believe that Epstein ended his own life. They believe he was murdered, because literally all the evidence points to that. We have pathologists saying it did not look like he ended his own life. We have the fact that 2 guards fell asleep and the camera malfunctioned, and one of the inmates in the prison said they heard screaming. How many coincidences make a working theory? How many coincidences make some evidence? So it's absolutely hilarious that this guy on national television just red-pilled a bunch of normies and boomers. You see, there's some people out there who will not believe anything unless the TV says so. So for those people, this is huge. Now, this is pretty interesting. There's some people who believe that Epstein isn't even dead. Now, I personally do not believe this theory, but I guess it's worth taking a look at. Here Annan says, not saying anything after this, please do not try to dox me, but last night after 0415 count, they took him medical in a wheelchair front, cuffed, but not one. Triage nurse says they spoke to him. Next thing we know, a trip van shows up. We do not do releases on the weekends unless a judge orders it. Next thing we know, he's put in a single-man cell and hangs himself? Here's the thing, the trip van did not sign in, and we do not record the plate number, and a guy in a green dress military outfit was in the back of the van according to the tower guy who led him through the gate. You guys, I'm shaking right now, but I think they switched him out. So there's a theory that Epstein isn't even dead and that this was all a ruse. Now, I never considered this before, but it actually makes sense. If you're one of the most powerful men alive and you have dirt on politicians, either they take you out or you fake your own death and you go live on an island and in return you keep secrets. This is only possible if Epstein had a dead man switch. A dead man switch is basically insurance. If you die or if anything happens to you, the dead man switch will activate and let's say it'll leak information to whoever and blah, blah, blah. It's your insurance. And maybe the only way to stop it was smuggling him out of the country. I'm not saying I believe this. I don't. I'm just going down the logical path here. If this was true, then that could be the only explanation. We're at least close to it. Now, again, I don't really believe it, but it's interesting to think about. This is the pathologist I mentioned.
Pathologist hired by Jeffrey Epstein's brother says the evidence suggests that Epstein did not kill himself. That forensic pathologist, Fox News contributor Dr. Michael Baden, joins me now with more.
So there's the pathologist. So people are celebrating this clip here. They're calling it epic. They're saying it's amazing, saying it's an instant classic. Now, I agree for the most part. I definitely think this guy did a public service by announcing that Epstein probably didn't end his own life. I mean, there's too many coincidences. You have to follow the logic. Now, the media will call it a conspiracy, but the media has an agenda. They don't want to think. Like, if anything that the counterculture says they'll disagree with, it doesn't matter how many facts or how much evidence you have. And you have pathologists, a doctor, saying it does not look like he ended his own life. Who are we to believe? The doctors that say he did or the doctors that say he didn't? It's a fair question. Matt Flanagan says that guy is at Mr. Ritland, true American hero and badass. Also a host of a great podcast. And IB says, that's one hell of a PSA. So, I guess we're at a point in society where memes are able to breach the mainstream. And I want people to understand, and this is why I'm covering this story, that memes do have power. That speaking the truth does have power. More power than you think. I want you to imagine grains of sand falling on a pile of sand. And they keep piling up. One little grain, they contribute to the pile, and at one point, one grain of sand lands on the pile, and then there's an avalanche of sand. This is called the tipping point. You see, in any system where you reach a certain point, the avalanche will happen. So for example, let's say you have a population of 100, and let's say the tipping point is 10. Let's say there's a secret going around. Well, once that secret is known by at least 10 people, which is a tipping point, it will spread on its own, and before you know it, 80 people know the secret. Now, if there was 9 people who knew the secret, only 9 people would know the secret. It wouldn't get out. You see what I'm saying? The tipping point is when you reach enough people for something to spread on its own. It's called a cascade. It's a tipping point. And this is true of a lot of things. Spreading memes, speaking the truth, is powerful because once you reach enough people, it will breach the mainstream and spread on its own, and everyone will know. It will impact everyone. So spread the memes. Speak the truth. Never become blackpilled, because if a high-level meme like this can appear on national television, just imagine what power memes could possibly spread. The game has changed, my friends. Now the ball is in our court. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this? I personally think it's amazing and hilarious and very relevant to what's happening in our society. Be sure to let me know what you think. Now, as always, you can find links in my description to my Patreon or my Subscribe store. If you want to show some support to the channel, you can join for as low as $1. There are tiers, you can choose whatever you wish, and doing so will give you access to Fight Club, a private Discord server. There's also PayPal and Bitcoin if you're into that sort of thing. Be sure to follow me on social media, and sharing the videos always helps. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.